we're going to move on to 49 and Market. So we will spend the rest of our time, probably about a half an hour or so, looking at the new 49 and Market Summer Porch Collection. But before we jump into that, there are two new pouches. So two new, 49 and Market calls them project totes. One coordinates with Summer Porch, but one has to do with their Willow Essentials collection. Now, I didn't bring anything in from Willow Essentials with the exception of the little project tote. So they're project totes. If you have not seen them before or you're not familiar with them, I'm just going to grab a ruler here. They are really nice quality canvas. They're like a printed canvas. Or like a little printed canvas. We are looking at, so probably about 12.5 inches wide by 10 inches tall. They are, they have this beautiful zipper. Well, I should say beautiful zipper. Really, it's the little beautiful little charm. So the charms on the zipper with the lobster clasp, so you can leave it on the little pouch or you can put it on something else. But the color on that charm always coordinates with the, with the design on the pouch. As you open that up, it's lined. And then you have a package of enamel dots that always coordinates with whatever kind of the pattern or the color on the pouch. So there we go. That is the first pouch, and that is from the Willow Essentials. Then we're going to move into Summer Porch. So Summer Porch is a really beautiful summer collection. It kind of reminds me a little bit, it's kind of a little bit of maybe Nantucket or Cape Cod type feel. So starting out with the Summer Porch Essentials project tote, same size, right? Same size. Everything is the same that we looked at, obviously, except for the pattern on the front. The little charm on this one is a really pretty kind of cornflower blue that coordinates with the colors in the collection. You'll see that little window, and there's a little sailboat. So you'll see lots of little sailboats and things in this, in the Summer Porch collection. The enamel dots in this one are that really pretty blue. All right. Okay. What is the pattern on the green pouch? Kristen, let me bring it up close. So there are leaves and butterflies. So different leaves. Butterflies, you have a little bit of a kind of purple accents on there, some little, I don't know, bluebells or something like that. And then you have kind of your traditional, there's white, like white, like hydrangeas, maybe white hydrangeas. And then you have the traditional kind of mixed media look and style that 49 and Market is known for. So you have a little bit of script here, a little bit of type, a little bit of maybe some ink swatches, but that is what that looks like up close. Sailboats in a Summer Porch collection is so confusing to me. So Karen, I think they just called, Summer Porch, knowing just my background, I've worked for 3 different manufacturers over the years. Scenic Route Paper Company, Basic Gray, and Simple Stories. And sometimes when it comes to naming collections, especially if you've named like 50 or 60 or 300 or whatever it is, trying to come up with names after a while gets a little tough. So what I'm thinking, maybe what they were thinking, and as we get into looking at the different parts and pieces, maybe the Summer Porch like this is you are sitting on the summer porch, you're sitting on your porch, and you're kind of looking at whatever's in the landscape. I don't know. We'll see, right? We'll see. Okay. Kristen said, if I lived on the beach, you would see me on a porch watching the boats go by. Exactly. That's exactly what I'd be doing. All right. So we're going to take a look at all of the a la carte products, and then we'll talk about the big bundle. So if you are not familiar with my big bundles, I do this with many of the collections that come out, where I offer some or all of the products a la carte, and then I put them together in a big bundle. Sometimes there's more products in the big bundle that aren't available on my website a la carte. But when you buy the big bundle, you basically just click once, buy, and you buy the big bundle. And when you buy the big bundle, I discounted it 15% off. Now I will tell you, I won't be able to show you the full big bundle because those sold out almost as soon as I brought them in. So I do have them on reorder. So they are up on the website as a reorder or restock, and they're coming back in next week, the whole big bundle. All right, so let's take a look, starting out with the 6x8 collection pack. So the 49 Market 6x8 collection packs, 24 sheets, double-sided. So you're getting 2 each of 12 double-sided papers. So here's kind of this summer porch looking, right? So maybe we're here on the porch and we're seeing the swing on the beautiful tree. I love that kind of watercolor tree, so pretty. Here is a little bit of a maybe northeastern, right? Northeastern type background with the lighthouse and the little sailboat. Although that could be West Coast as well, or anywhere in the world that has things that look like that. The backside there, a beautiful kind of green, and we're seeing the 2 there. Beautiful, I think geraniums. I want to say those are probably geraniums. Red solid on the back. Okay, so here we go. There's Cape Cod. There is like the arm. That's like the arm flexing of Cape Cod. So this one is definitely specific to that part of the country, right? The backside, look how pretty those butterflies are. Love that. I always love it when 49 Market does this type of design, because when we make a list and we trim this down, it's just perfect. Having a nice little border there just makes it really easy to work with. Beautiful pattern on the back. Aha, look what you could do. So this is new. Well, I think 49 Market started doing this with academia. But you now have coordinating papers. When I say this can go on a left page, this can go on a right page. So you can kind of make a little spread. So you better believe we'll do something like this in one of our lists. Well, we'll use the left and the right, and kind of makes it easy to put them together. Or if you're working in a mini book, a 6x8 mini book, that works really great as well. Alrighty. Backside, just a really nice light blue. Oh, this one is so pretty. Look at that. But look at kind of the ode to still the same theme, where you kind of have the little fishing nets there. Love. Give me a good, okay, that's another hint. That is another hint of something that you will see in my December documented mini book project kit this year. It's not paper, but it looks just like that, okay? All right. Kind of that fun shiplap, right? Shiplap pattern. Another sailboat. Love that stripe on the back. That's such a good, strong stripe. I love it. Here's just kind of a generic beach, not specific to any part of the country or world, really. Light blue on the back. Ah, look at. Oh, okay, look at that. So you could work them both together that way, or you could work with them that way. Right? But I love that. It's nice that they're doing that. If you like things to be super matchy-matchy, that makes it really easy. Ooh, beautiful plaid. There's a horizontal version, or horizontal, I should say, landscape version of that pattern that we saw before. Really fun little polka dot there. Another landscape version. And you know what? I think from what we've seen, this is really the only nod to East Coast, upper East Coast, right? Cape Cod. So if you are thinking, ooh, I can't use this collection because it's for Cape Cod, it's really the only thing that we've seen so far in the paper pack. All right. And then another landscape version of that really pretty floral. And then there's that tree. I just love that tree so much. It's so pretty. All right, so there we are. And those are the two. The trees are bonus. So the trees are on the backs of the front and back of the packaging. Okay, so those are kind of bonus pieces. So you're really getting 26. All right, so that is the 6x8 collection pack. Let me get this put back together there. Aren't they, Susan? I know. K. Melania. Susan said the papers are gorgeous. They certainly are. Very pretty. All right, as we work our way through, now we're going to look at the ephemera bits. The 49 Market ephemera packs are always huge. That one is 131 pieces. So lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of pieces. There is an idea on the back side. So when you go to my website, you will see kind of that front of the package, and then you will also see that back graphic. So you can get a good feel for what's in it. All right, so let's kind of dump this out and take a look. Really quickly, if you're not familiar with 49 Market, something you need to know about them. Their packaging always, always, always is usable. Like, look at that. They make a point to put artwork on the packaging itself that you can then use, which I just love, right? We saw that on the fronts and the backs of the covers in the paper, in the collection pack. They also do it on the rest of their products as well. Okay, so a number of releases back. 49 Market consolidated a couple of their product offerings. So kind of starting out with these little guys, all right? These are not perforated, scored little envelopes, okay? So these are really fun to use. You'll have a couple of different sizes, a couple of different colors. Those are now included in their ephemera bits. I'm going to grab one of my inserts. I think it's in this one. Is it here? Is it here? It is. And show you how I used that envelope on one of my lists. It is a travel bucket list. Where is it here? Okay, come on. I swear it's in this one. Is it not? Okay, hold on. Now we're gonna basically do a quick flip through here of this guy. It must not be here. That's all right. Well, it's not in that one. So let me just one more really quickly. Where is it? Is it this one? No. Oh, here it is. There we go. Oh yeah, that's a lot. That was way back. This list was in, well, I guess not way back. That was March. Okay, so here we go. That is how, there's an example of how I used one of those little envelopes, okay? So just a nice fun envelope to add whatever that you want. In this case, I added a list. I actually added two lists. One was my travel bucket list from 2021, and now my 2024 travel bucket list. All right, so as we keep going and looking at kind of the other things that are in there, look how fun this is. Look at this old, like vintage golf. Oh, so, okay, this is very interesting. This is old, like vintage ephemera. Players' cigarettes. I don't even know what that means. No, left knee slightly bent to allow for rise in ground. So fun. League tires. Oh, this is a fun one. Look at this one. Kind of a woman in a swimming cap, swimming. Ogden cigarettes. So back in the day, right? Back in the day, there was lots of cigarette advertising happening. So really fun old vintage ephemera. Nice scale, nice sizes, different shapes in this pack. So look at that. I mean, that is about the size of my hand. Let's see. Susan said the papers are gorgeous. Yes, they are. So as we look, lots of labels and little words. Just keep moving. Summertime. Union Crackerjack. Oh my goodness, how fun. It's always fun to see that old, like, ephemera. Beautiful lighthouse. Lots of hearts that come out of the little frames. So 131 pieces in there. There's a couple of handwritten words, titles, hello and summer. And then I always love these. These are kind of those old, old-fashioned, like words, flashcards. Oh, look, that's a great one too. Little swimmer again. All right, so that will give you a feel. Those that pack is the ephemera bits, and we are looking at Summer Porch. Those are the Summer Porch ephemera bits. Let's move that out of the way. And we'll now take a look at the Wishing Bubbles and Bubbles. So Wishing Bubbles and Bubbles, these are epoxy coated stickers. So similar in feel to like an enamel dot, but these were stickers that are then epoxy coated. That is how they get the pattern in there and the words and things like that. So normally in an enamel dot, you wouldn't really see words in an enamel dot or a pattern necessarily. So Wishing Bubbles and Bubbles, there are 105 of those in that package. And the profile, they're fairly low. So I probably wouldn't use these in my traveler's notebook, especially if it was maybe in the middle of my book, just because when I turn the page, it might give me a little bit too much dimension. But these would be great layouts, cards, mini books, what have you. I love that. There's even some little icons there as well. All right, next up, the chipboard words. So chipboard words are always great for titles, little sentiments. There are 57 pieces of chipboard words in there. So you can see a few of them pertain to sailing. You have sailor, but that's probably sailor, and then there's a little anchor. But everything, you have beachy, ahoy. I guess ahoy is probably another one. But family, home, good time, friends, delight, garden, favorite, escape, away, hero. Lots of options there. Now, you could, this definitely is not a 4th of July line, right? This definitely is not a 4th of July line. But you will see that if you start pulling in, well, that's a starfish, but it could still work for 4th of July, right? You start pulling in some of the colors. When we look at it that way, you could pull in kind of a 4th of July theme if you wanted. So when we look at that tends a little bit more towards the 4th of July. But then when we start pulling everything else, it's just that beautiful color palette in the collection. So lots and lots of chipboard words there. There are 57 pieces in the collection. Family, escape, good. I'm sorry, 57 pieces in the pack, not the collection. Home, this, love this, watch this, vibes, ahoy, anyhow. Then you also have some of these smaller little words and phrases. And the chipboard is pretty thin. It is not as thick. Let's say if you're familiar with Simple Stories chipboard, it's not as thick as Simple Stories chipboard, but still has a nice solid, you can't bend it easily. So still chipboard. Alrighty. Oh, look at that's cute too. There's your little life preserver. Okay, so those are the chipboard words. Let's keep going and see what else we have in the collection. Chipboard, the chipboard set. 59 pieces in the chipboard set. This is where you're going to get a little bit more icon heavy as opposed to words that we saw in the chipboard words. So 59 pieces in the chipboard words, or excuse me, chipboard set, not words. Oh, look at how fun. There's our little lighthouse, a couple sailboats, different size sailboats, different types of sailboats. There's a little tag, another life preserver, there's a little compass, another life preserver. I love that. Look at that little seagull. Beach life. This tree makes me so happy. I want to be there, right? I want to be there on that porch swing, or on that tree swing, not porch swing. Swinging away underneath the shade of that beautiful tree. Tags, another little lighthouse. Anyhow, that will give you a good feel for some butterflies. That'll give you a good feel for the chipboard. This is just the regular chipboard set, all right? A couple of oars. All righty, let's just grab all these and push them right onto the tray. And again, remember, check out the packaging. I mean, the packaging is always so beautiful. They always do such a nice job on the packaging. And you can use that in your projects. Let me see. So Jeanette's right, there's also cigarette boats. You know what? I don't know. Maybe but you know what? I don't think so, Jeanette, because I don't think they had cigarette boats back then. Back in the old vintage days. So maybe in like the 40s or 50s. I don't know. I mean, when I think of a cigarette boat, I think of those really long, like boats that go like 8,000 miles an hour, right? So I don't know. Maybe though. You never know. All right. A smell. Okay. All right. I had to go back and read that. Christine Shing, she loves the smell of 49 and Market paper. I know it's weird, but it reminds me of working in the school office. I don't know. I don't know that I've ever noticed that. I will have to look. Shay, at least from what I know, a cigarette boat is like a racing boat. It has an engine in it. It is long and kind of not really skinny, I guess, but they go really, really, really fast. Now, I don't live near water, although that's not true. We live maybe 30 minutes from the Great Salt Lake, but really there's nothing like that happening on the Great Salt Lake. There's a little bit of sailing, but not much else. So now we're looking at the summer porch frames. These are die cut frames. You have 11 pieces. The frames, so look at this. All of these little guys pop out. How fun is that? So if you had a really cool photo, like an outdoor photo, you could kind of make an out the window spread and you're looking at your photo behind that frame. And that would work with both of those frames. In fact, all of these little frames that have the little panels in them, all are going to just pop out. So you've got all those fun little panels. So if you wanted to put a full photo behind that, you could, or in this case, you could just put a little photo behind there and then have whatever this is sitting on kind of show, peek through underneath. All right, so I won't really pop all these out, but you can see all of these window frames, the little pieces just pop right out. Different sizes, different designs. This is like your more like basic, I guess, window. A couple of those. Larger version of that window. Oh, look at this guy. Look at that size. That is probably a 7. Yep, about a 7 by 7. That's a good size, especially for like a 12 by 12 layout. But all those little guys, again, they're just going to pop out. So gives you, I mean, you could really have fun with this big one. You could do big photo there, and you could do little teeny photos behind all of those little frames. Jeanette said, looks like they begin in early 60s for the cigarette boats. I know now everyone's like, what's a cigarette boat? What is that? Google it. And I'll have to Google when we're done too, because I want to just double check to see if they are what, like in my mind, what I think they are, what I'm picturing. All right, beautiful. I love those frames. So those are the summer porch frames, and there are 11 of those. Now I've got all those little pieces, all the inside panels. Let me just put those on a tray just to get those out of here. And then Denise can put them away for me tomorrow. All right. All right. Moving along, we have the acetate pack. So they consolidated, 49 and Market a number of releases ago also consolidated their acetate packs. So in the past, they had done multiple packs. So they had done kind of a frames pack. Not a frames, a film strip pack. And so just as we saw with the frames, those little insides are popping out. All right, so you can put little photos behind them or put little quotes or something like that. So you have 3 of those. Those are pretty long. Those are going to be about 9.5 inches long by 2 inches wide. Oh, look at that. You have a couple of window acetates. All right. So just like the frames, but they're not die cut. So that's full pieces acetate. Oh, these are kind of fun. Look at those. Kind of like little watercolor-y looking pieces. Also the film strips. Ooh, another fancy window. Really fancy window. Some ads. Again, we've got some ads. But the acetate. And then ladies perfumed calendar. Funny. And then we have lots of little icons here. Icons, oh my goodness, look at this. How beautiful is that? Those flowers. Flowers, some sailboats, another little piece of vintage ephemera there. Anyhow, so those are the acetate pieces. I probably shouldn't enunciate that so much. The acetate. I will say this, and I will try to say this at least once every time that I do one of the What's New segments, and you see me start to pull out all these trays. because you cannot believe how many questions I get about, oh, that was all great, but what about the trays? Where can I get the trays? These trays are lids. They are lids to IKEA bins. So I just have the bins, and then I thought the lids would work really well for that. So if you're wondering where the trays come from, they are lids to IKEA bins. All right. Now we're going to move into the rub-ons. So there are 3 packs of rub-ons. With each pack, you have 3 sheets. These are 6 by 12 sheets. So we'll start with the essentials first. Virginia, you're in Toronto instead of Barcelona. How fun for you. I hope you're enjoying your trip. Carmen, yes, Carmen said save the panels. So those little panels I was popping out, you could totally use those. You could totally use those as well. So 3 6 by 12 sheets. Again, let's see. That is the back of the packaging. So you could totally use that, right? You could definitely use that. There's the first sheet. So lots of words and phrases, a couple of icons. Love this one. Kind of the dictionary, pieces from dictionary pages that have been, how little ink splattered on them. And then these are always really fun to work with. I like to pull things like this. I've been using a lot of 49 Market, both the laser cuts and the rub-ons in my, when I do my little junk journaling. So like that one is just a big rub-on right there, that green. I'm trying to see, because I think I've used a couple of those. Maybe I used them in my UK book. Anyhow, I did. I used them in the UK book. But the rub-ons are really fun to work into really all of your projects, but I've particularly been having fun with them in my junk journals or glue books. Alrighty, so those are the essentials rub-ons. Essentials rub-ons. Oh, there we go. I'm like, what did I do with the package? Next up are the blendable rub-ons. Blendable rub-ons. So as we look at those, 3 sheets again, 6 by 12. Beautiful. Look at that. So this is a fun one. We don't often see a landscape rub-on, right? So that's a little bit more landscape than portrait. So that's a nice width. Oh, look how fun. You've got a seahorse, a little clamshell, a boat, blue seahorse. Did you guys know seahorses don't have stomachs? They don't. I just happen to know that. So some fun seahorses there, a couple sailboats, and little lighthouse. And then this is so fun. Look at that. Great for layering. Great for putting down as a base layer and then adding your chipboard on top, or adding what I like to add on top, because flat in my traveler's notebooks, are the laser cut elements. So we'll look at the laser cut elements shortly. All right, so those are the blendable rub-ons. The last set of rub-ons we will look at, the botanical. So botanical is going to have more of a garden feel to it, right? Again, 3 sheets, 6 by 12. Look at those beautiful florals. I love the little stitching, like sewing machine stitching. There's a little postmark there. But there's the trees. Look at the trees. Separate swings. And then a smaller version of some of those same items or objects that we saw. Some of the some of the botanicals. I lost that word for a minute. So some of the botanicals, and then smaller trees as well. So those are the Summer Porch Botanical rub-ons. I love that rub-ons are back. I just think they're so much fun. They're so much fun to work with. All right, so now we're going to take a look at the laser cut elements. So in this collection, there are 3 packs of laser cut elements. Starting out with the mini pack. I love that 49 Market has started to do the mini version of some of their laser cut elements. So if you're not familiar with their laser cut elements, all of these pieces are like die cut ephemera, but they are laser cut. And what the difference is, When something is laser cut, it is super, super intricate and it has no border around it. So here we go. There's a great example. Look at that fishing net. I mean, you can see, let's do something that you'll really be able to see. Look at, you can see, that's probably, there we go. We'll put the purple behind it. But look at how intricate that is. I mean, it is the laser cuts. I don't think, we at least don't see any major manufacturer do them. And I can't say whether other manufacturers do them because someone I may not be familiar with them just because they're not kind of a major manufacturer, at least in my world. But so there are 4 sheets here of the mini laser cut elements, and the minis are nice if you're working in a little bit of a smaller area. I love this too, kind of the sailor knot there. And then we go to the other 2 sheets, but look at little tickets, the greenery. Look at that leaf. Like that leaf is laser cut. Like you can see all of the laser cuts are so cool. I like them. You have a couple of clips, lots of fun things. There's a little swing. There's one of our trees. Anyhow, these I think are always fun too. Look at this piece. This is like a piece of baker's twine, but it is a laser cut. Let me just pull that part out maybe. There we go. Look at this. Look how fun and intricate. So if you like to do things in traveler's notebooks like I do, and you don't really want a lot of dimension on a page, because then it causes a problem when you go to turn the page to try to write. But something like that is totally flat, but it looks like, because it's laser cut, it looks like it's a piece of ribbon or a piece of baker's twine. So those are the minis, the mini laser cut elements. Then there are 2 packages of regular size laser cut elements. So these are going to be a bit larger. These are 6 by 12 packages. So we'll start out by looking at the sea. You have by land and by sea. By land and by sea. So land is going to have a little bit more of the botanicals, kind of the summer porch feel to it. And by sea is obviously going to have a little bit more of that kind of sailing theme to it. Okay, look at those beautiful knots again, which the size of those would work really well on a 12 by 12 layout, which you could never well, I guess you could use rope in a 12 by 12 layout. It'd just be super, super hard to get into a pocket page. Look at the crab. Those crab are so fun. They're very like photorealistic looking. All right. Yes. Beach, please. That would be me. Beach, please. All right. Then the other set. Oh, look at this. Like this is like a really old, rusted out, like porthole in a ship. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? There's a very large net again. So fun. So those are the by sea laser cuts, by sea. And then, so BYSEA, like sea as in water, not sea as in letter. And then we have by land. So by land is going to kind of have to do with like the porch garden side of the collection that we have, that we've seen. So here's some of the florals, the botanicals, that beautiful tree. Look at that leaf. That is just with the laser cut. It's just beautiful. I love their laser cuts. I love them. I use them often. And then the other 2 sheets. Those little clips are sure fun. They are definitely realistic looking. Some butterflies, little cameras, little stamps. So that is by land. So by land laser cut elements and by sea laser cut elements. So Karen, if you're still here, this kind of summer porch now makes sense, right? That kind of makes a little bit of a sense. So you're spending time on the porch, you're in the garden, you're seeing all the botanicals, and then maybe you're looking out to sea as well. So I think this happened with academia. I don't know how to say that. Marilee needs to be here because she told me how to pronounce it last time. 49 and Market changed one of their products. So they had the washi tape stickers. So those were on a roll and they kind of peel off. It was kind of a little bit like PET tape, a little bit. Washi tape stickers. So they are not doing, at least with the last two collections, so I'm not going to say they're for sure not, but we've seen this now with the last two collections. They are doing washi tape sheets and not washi tape rolls, okay? So here you have two 6x12 sheets. These are washi, so when they pull off from the sheet like the washi tape stickers did. So I think the easiest way to use these is to peel off the negative from the sheet. So if you do this, see how that's peeling off the negative from the sheet, and then you have the washi sticker that you can pull off. So this sheet has lots of little icons, labels, clips, and then down at the bottom, you have different word strips. So each of those is an individual washi sticker. And they call them washi stickers because they're kind of a little bit transparent, right? Like washi would be. And that is one of the sheets. The second sheet, this is a full 6x12, full 6x12 washi sticker. Now you don't have to use it full. You could cut it up and do different things with it, but that is one single piece. All right. Those are the washi tape. Well, that's called washi tape now, okay? They're like washi tape, but kind of like they're washi tape stickers, but washi tape. Last but not least, we have the postage stamp washi tape. So this is true washi tape, postage stamp though. So it is perforated. It's perforated. So you could use it one by one if you wanted, or you could use it in a strip. So let me get this started here. But because it's perforated like a stamp, right? They're called it's called postage stamp washi. Perforated like a stamp. I almost have it. Almost have it. Oh. All right, here we go. I will put it on this little paper here so we can see it. I love their washi tape or their postage stamp washi. I just think it's so fun. So we'll stop it there. And I'm just going to pull off the perforation. And I will bring this up to the camera so you can see it in a sec. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9, and then the designs repeat. So that right here would be the 9th one. So if I want to use just one, I just pull it apart where it's perforated, and then it's like a little stamp. That's why it's called postage stamp washi. But I could use a couple together if I wanted to have a border. You'll notice that this one of those is landscape. So this little guy is landscape. Love that. See how it says just enjoy the view, and it's like a little beach scene. There you go. There's a little sailboat, a little folding chair, butterfly, seagulls, life preserver, lighthouse, little, boy, my brain is having to work overtime tonight. I know I said what that was before. Geranium, wow. And then just beautiful florals, all right? So that is the washi tape postage stamp washi, okay? All right, so now everything that I showed you is part of the big bundle. There are 2 more things that are part of the big bundle, but I can't show you what they are because they sold out, and now I'm waiting for my reorder, so I'll tell you what they are. The other 2 things that are part of the Summer Porch Big Bundle, the 12x12 paper pack, which would be the pattern paper. And then there is also a 12x12 kind of solids pack. And the solids pack, see, 12x12. The solids pack would be 49 and Market's version of like a solid cardstock, but it has their beautiful, well, you know what it looks like? Basically, you're going to see in the collection pack, and in the 12x12 collection pack, and then in the solids pack, you'll see some of the same patterns as you see in the 6x8, but that probably in the solids pack would be things like those. So they are solid, but let me find one that has that's a little bit easier to see. So a solid, but it kind of has like a mixed media look to it, right? It's almost like that whole page has been watercolored or inked, and then some of the ink has been kind of lifted off, or maybe water was added to it. That's what the solids are like. So you can see the big bundle on the website, but I can't show you it today, because if I were to show you it today, that would have meant that someone's order didn't ship and I would have had waited to ship their order so I could show you the big bundle. So you know, if you know 49 and Market, and you know their 12 by 12 papers, then you know it's something that you love.